right. I may or may not come back if it's a visit bunch of areas. So, Art, I'm going to turn it to you because you will call me. N4JK. KK5IM.
VZS.
And John's in here too, K4VZS. Well, good morning to you, Jay. Yeah, I can see the band's down a little bit, but still clocking you fine. You're doing okay with us. Yeah, the crazy weather. I have this big old banana plant. Made it through last season, and it's getting really tall. I said, boy, it's going to have a huge batch of bananas if we can make it through the winter. And darn it, with that warm weather, it decided it would go ahead and bloom and bear fruit. It did make it down to 32 for a couple hours. So I can see there's some bananas up there, little bitty ones, but I don't know if the tree's going to make it or not. I figure it's going to continue to stay above freezing now, but we'll see. Anyway, the plants don't know any better. It's 50 degrees over here in Destin. So yeah, Joe, I got the hot air. John might get out and do us, I don't know. But we had, just a little bit of rain all day long. It only amounted to 0.08 inches. It's gloomy over here. Okay, we didn't see the sun. Glad you had a nice one over there. Let's see. Sorry to hear about Judy turning her foot, and we'll get over there and get a nut tray today. They find it's just a sprain and no problem there. But it is kind of nice to know that she can't catch you with her rolling pin, so I guess you have a couple of days on. Or at least you got a time enough to get out of the way. I know you're going to have a good week. Yeah, I have a butternut vertical, brand new in the box, and I have made the radio system for it, a multi-band radio system, and I'm starting to assemble it now. So that'll be going up soon, in place of my little Hustler 4BP. Good morning, Perry. I bet 160 is just great right now. I used to work some 160, but I haven't been on in a while. But when propagation is so slow on 75, it's wonderful on 160. And Kevin, I wonder what you have been doing to hook up your flex to the BPI. Let's see. I think, oh yeah, John's in here, so let me throw it over to John, and then John, if you'll turn it up to Kevin, I think we'll have everybody in. K4GZQ. Over to you, John.
I hear you, VUW, stand by.
I guess it's Kevin, you're always there, so what can I say? I'm on that Harvey Wells T90 this morning, and but everything's good. 50 degrees. Art, I got the SX28 under control. And who knows? I might even dig up another transmitter to put on the air next week. So, good morning, everybody, again, and I'll turn it over to Kevin. KK4GZQ.
Quickie, Kevin.
Go ahead, Perry.
There's a K0VUW in there trying to break in, but he is down, I think, about 3882. So come up to 3885, and then we'll get you in there. I don't know how you guys are copying him, but I guess, Kevin, if you want, you can turn it over to him, then he could turn it to me if that's okay.
I'll tell you what, Perry, I'm on the HQ 180 this morning, and if he's a little, I may not be able to wide enough to hear him there. I'll turn it to you and see if you can get Gary in here. I'll just send it up your way. I'll make a quick one here. W3MMR in the group, KK4GZQ. Morning, Jay. And Jay, we missed you too, and I didn't hear anything out of VUW. So anything out, going to west is for some reason I'm not hearing well in that direction. Art, Joe, and John. Morning, John. Joe, again to you, Art. You guys are all 30 and 40 over up here. John, you're the king of the hill coming off the panhandle this morning. And Art, just real quick before I hand it to Perry, just straight setup, Art. RG8X jumper coming out of the Flex to the BTIM. RG213 coming out over to the tuner. And one going in for a foot pedal on my PTT control. So no ALC or anything like that, Art, if that helps in any way. And I've gotten away with it forever, but if there's something else I need to be doing, maybe I should. About like running the station ground over here. Anyway, and okay on the, and Perry on the AL80 amp, good deal on you getting some things figured out on that. I watched your video on that. Real good, man. Looks like you're cooking with butter up there. And butternut vertical, I can't wait to hear you on that. So let me get it on over to Perry. And the group's growing large here. I don't think I've got anything more other than the fact that I was listening to Bob, K-N4HH. I know Jay's going to make it this year. I think more of you guys need to try to think about, how short time is, especially with what happened yesterday. An American icon passing away with his daughter. It kind of makes you think about, maybe I do need to get some things done and try to see some people. Boy, it sure would be good to have you all at Dayton this year. As many of you as we possibly could. I know how it goes, though. W3MMR in the group, KK4GZQ.
KK4GZQ in the group, W3MMR. Yeah, we'll get you right in here, Gary. I'm going to make this my last one. I got to start getting ready for work here in a few, so we'll turn it in there. And yeah, you were down about 3881, 3882, so hopefully you got a VFO and you're not crystal controlled. You could scoot on up here. But nevertheless, good morning to you, Gary. You had a real big signal as well. I mean, you and Kevin were up there about 30 over. So nevertheless, good morning to you, Gary. And good morning, Jay, KK5IM. Decent copy up here, a little above the noise, but I got you about Q3, Q4 here this morning, Jay. So hopefully I'm making an all right trip down to Texas. If not, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. And Art, yeah, 160 has been great. It's kind of been a weird winter for operating. There's been a lot of storms, a lot of thunderstorms. Still, this has been because it's been kind of a mild winter so far. So sometimes 160 has been almost a wash with the static crashes at points. But this morning was dead quiet, very low noise floor, not much atmospheric noise. We were getting some auroral effects. That echoey, the echo that gets on people's audio on 160. I was getting that back and forth with my old man this morning there on 160. But besides that, me and him were working each other with about 80 watts on sideband back and forth this morning. And then I was working the guys up in New England on AM with about 150 watts of carrier there this morning with the AL80B. So it seemed to be working. Make sure my gains and everything are here okay, because I did switch microphones. I'm trying to do some testing here, so hopefully it sounds okay. But anyway, not too much more here to report. Good morning to you, Joe. Everybody's coming in great here locally this morning, so hopefully it's working the other way around as well. 36 degrees here in Chester this morning. And we'll say 7-3, guys. Great to hear you. And Kevin, real quick, you do bring up a good point about trying to get things done there in light of what happened yesterday with the tragedy. And there's 3 families that lost 2 or more people yesterday. The one family lost a husband, wife, and one of their daughters. Another family lost a mother and daughter, and then obviously Kobe Bryant and his daughter were both lost in that helicopter crash as well, along with another woman and the pilot. So an absolute tragedy. I guess they're saying the preliminary reports say that it could be the fog is what could have caused the issue. They're pretty stable aircraft. They're very well widely used for search and rescue, things of such. That aircraft is very popular. The S-76 helicopter there, so it may have been a mechanical issue, but who's to say? But either way, it's a definite tragedy, especially here in Philadelphia, because Kobe Bryant is from here and was like a god here in Philadelphia. So it's all obviously all over the news and sports radio here, especially. So anyway, let's say a prayer for them and their families, and a definite shame there. But out to you, Gary. 7-3, guys. Have a great morning, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow, as we say, tomorrow. K0VUW from W3MMR. 7-3, guys. Here he comes.
Sorry about the shift in frequency. That should be closer here. I'm on the Samsung Viking 2 SX100, so it doesn't dial you in real good. Plus my eyesight is not so good either. So anyway, here we are. Good morning to one and all. Everybody's coming in very well. And let's see here. Kevin, I wanted to check and see how you are getting along. I couldn't get on the radio here. I had some problems and hadn't been able to get up in the morning and get on. So it sounds like you survived, and it hopefully wasn't as bad as your anticipation might have made it to be. So Art down there is coming in good. Just everybody over there in Oklahoma. I think it's Jay. Is it Jay or Jack? I can't remember. But at any rate, the name here, by the way, is Gary, Gulf America Radio Yankee. And the QTH is Wildwood, Missouri. We're about 46 miles southwest of St. Louis. So I'm not sure who to turn it to, but I wanted to make sure Kevin comment on how he's doing. He's sounding good. And I didn't get any instructions there, so I'm not sure where to go. So I'll just throw it out to who it's supposed to be. K0VUW.
Anyway, we're out to
further ado, Jay, let me crank it on out your way there. KK5IM and the morning group, K4JCP.
Well, thank you very much, K4JCP, KK5IM, profit sector. Boy, I can finally hear that. Terry, I heard you on that one pretty well. Of course, Don was last in the week, so which is hard to work. So great to hear everyone a little bit better. Still creeping back up. I hope you're doing all right. Back to normal there. Well, Art, I think I might have a solution here to the little man on the side here. Joe, I need you to run with one of your Cuban contacts over there and pick up a couple of boxes of cheapy cigars. Take those things over there to Art and have them put those to the monkeys and he can smoke those cigars underneath that plant. And it'd be like a smudge plant. I think that probably will solve your problem, N4JK, KK5IM.
KK5IM from N4JK. Joe, you know, there are times when Jay shows shades of brilliance. This is one of those times. And it's an economical solution, too. Not expensive cigars, but cheap cigars for the monkey that form a smudge pot. I'm going to get right on that. Thank you so much. Oh, man. I say good morning to you, Gary. Yeah, I could tell there was somebody breaking in, but you're right in the middle of the skirts of my filter here, and by the time I got the receiver tuned down to see who it was, you stopped transmitting, so I could never quite do it. Anyway, you're very close on zero beat, so you're good now, and nice signal. And good to hear that Viking too. Nice sounding audio. Yeah. Harry, I wanted to let you know the mic sounds good for good audio down here. Also, interesting what you're saying about the echoing effects on 160 meters. I have a 160 meter antenna, but I have to drop down the ends and put a jumper in. I put insulators in line, and I use it as a 40 meter double extended zip. So, I don't know, it probably still would load up on 160, you know. And I don't have any power. All I can do is run a rig barefooted. So 25 watts really isn't enough for AM on 160. But anyway, I enjoy that band. Great play. Kevin, on the vertical, yeah, it's going to be neat to put up. I don't expect much on 75, but it should be an improvement on the higher band. We'll have to see what happens. And I didn't quite follow what you were saying on your control of the amp. I understand about the push-to-talk line going from the foot pedal into the flex, but I wonder what you use going from the flex over to the amplifier to turn on the amp at the right time whenever you hit the foot pedal. Anyway, that's what's going on here this morning. I'm not going to go out anywhere. Well, I got to take Kate over to the church, but I'm going to batch it today for the most part. She's going to stay over there just about all day. I'll get a lot better here. Anyway, over to you there, Kevin. I guess it goes up to you. No, it does. I think I'll turn it over to John. K4VZX. What you using for a receiver there, John? K4VZX in the group from N4JK. Kevin, give him a call. he might not be hearing me. Ben isn't too good between Destin and Pensacola right now.
Okay, Art, go ahead, John. Art sends it to you over, and I heard a braking station in between barely. Go ahead, John.
KK4GZQ, K4GZS.
Last Art.
I have to wait till the sun come back up there. I have to come up before I can copy him. Anyway, I think Jay's got a good idea there. That's a good one. A very good solution. We got much to say here. I missed an idiot today. Got the crud. Feeling better today, but I'm still tuning the station. Go around with it, so that's what I do. What can I say? Anyway, I'll go ahead and throw it back to you, Kevin. My mind is just not functioning yet. Too early. KK4GZQ, K4VZS, and Pensacola, 50 degrees.
Morning, Kevin. WA1UQM.
Oh, John. Well, golly, there's Jim. WA1UQM there in Connecticut, and Jim, I'll send it to you, and you send it over to. I'm pretty sure W3MMR is signed on the last one, but drag your feet, Jim, when you pass it out in Wildwood, Missouri. It ought to go down out to K0VUW if MMR is not there. John, a quick break to you. What would just right off the top of your head, what would be the chances of you and BJ loading up in May? 10%, 20, 50, 100? What would be the chances of you guys making it to Dayton this year?
I don't know about BJ, and I hadn't thought about it. It's not too late to make any reservations to sleep any place, is it?
No, I wouldn't think so. I'm ready to make mine.
I'll give BJ a shot. We're going to Orlando, and I'll talk to him about it on the way down and see what he thinks. That might be a good trip with BJ. I'd enjoy that. So we'll see what happens. K4VZ.
Okay, very good. I won't tie it up with all that, but I think it'd be a good opportunity. Been wanting, and Jay's coming all the way from Texas, and Art and Joe, I think they ought to consider it. Of course, it's a lot easier for me being where I'm at. And maybe, who knows, maybe all of us on here, each and every one of us ought to consider it. But I think it'd be a great gathering. And Jim, good morning to you, WA1UQM up in Connecticut. And Art, nothing coming from the flex to the amplifier other than the patch cord, the jumper. I'm running just out of the back of the amp, Art, I'm running a foot pedal, and I could actually, my mic plug has got one of these connections that I can connect a cable right here on the plug and send it over to the amp. I'm sure that's a PTT control there. And just wondered about maybe a couple of millisecond delay between the amplifier and the transceiver. Brian Whiskey Charlie 4 Delta was talking about an Ameritron 704, which is an interface that does just such. Anyway, I'm not going to tie it up. Too many in here. WA1UQ, beautiful signal, Jim. You sound, the audio is just unreal on it. And send it to K0VUW out in Wildwood. Jerry, I'm doing good with my surgery. I'm back up running. I don't even hardly feel it, man. And I actually went to the track yesterday and did 2 miles and probably jumped about a half mile of it. And the doctor says that's perfectly fine. Just don't try to lift anything. WA1UQM, KK4GZQ. Great to hear you, Jim.
Great to hear you too, Kevin. KK4GZQ. And the group, WA1UQM. That's Whiskey Alpha 1 Uniform Quebec Mike for those that
don't know me, the name is Jim, Julie, Tinny, Mike, and we're located in Simsbury, Connecticut. Yeah, I got up early this morning, Kevin. I wanted to catch up with you and say it's certainly good to hear you back on the air, and I'm glad you're making a very, very fast recovery. Getting some early exercise in. I'm envious. I can't get my bike out because the trails have been encumbered with snow, but hopefully warmer weather is on our way. Won't be long now. Days are getting longer. We're almost out of the woods. So I'm going to go meet my son over at Bradley. He's taking off for a little 4-day cruise. So I'm going to see him take off. But I wanted to get in and say good morning to you. And good morning to you, Perry, W3MMR. I heard you quite strapping in here this morning with SDR. He was very, very loud. And so, Kevin, good to have you back. And it's not the same without you, that's for sure. So glad you're making a good recovery. And thanks for your response to your emails as well. I'm on a 610 this morning, low power mode, and I wonder if you're on your 610. So, Kevin, I'm going to turn it back over to you because I know you told me to turn it over to the Zero station, but I didn't get his complete call, and maybe Perry is still in there as well. KK4GZQ, WA1UQM in Simsbury. Good morning, everyone.
Great. Perry, are you there to pick it up? If not, we're going to send it out to Wildwood, Missouri. You still there, Perry?
Yeah, I just want to jump in real quick. I'm not here, but I'm here. I just want to jump in and say hi to Jim real fast there. And Jim, you're sounding great down here as well. Really, really big signal, as always, Jim. And great to talk to you. 7-3, guys. Got to get ready for work. And out to you, Gary in Wildwood, Mizzou. K0VUW from W3MMR.
Big signal, Perry. Big signal.
Okay, W3MMR. K0 Victor United Whiskey, Gary in Wildwood, Missouri. Okay, very good. Well, again, good morning to everybody. Everybody's sounding great up here. And you were talking about 160. I've got my BC610. I left it on 160. And it has been coming in like gangbusters. Only an S1 or 2 noise level. And I have a 5-quarter wave per leg V-beam. It's 1,289 foot, something like that. I can't remember. But the point of it is that DX was coming in over the weekend like you wouldn't believe. On CW, there's Hawaii, all of Europe. And I also tried to work an AM guy, 1985. But the sidebanders were sort of screwing that up a little bit. But anybody that gets on 160, if you haven't been on for a while, this last few days has been excellent. And a group of us up here get on at 6:30 Central Standard Time at 1985. If anybody's interested in saying hi. And Kevin, glad to hear that you survived, and they give you another 24 hours to live. And I got a kick out of it. I wonder how it went with your brother driving by and just throwing you out of the truck. Is that the way it went? I think when you were talking about making plans, your brother was just going to toss you out. Let's see here, what else? Very foggy here. We had a lot of snow over the weekend and cold weather. But it's supposed to warm up here today, and I guess that's where the fog's coming from, the cold air and the warm air and moisture. Is with snow going to start melting, this create a lot of fog. In fact, it's deep enough here that it's supposed to last through noon, which is quite a bit of time for fog to stay blocking things. Anyway, move it along here. I think it goes to Art. I'm not sure. I didn't get there was some confusion, and it's probably on my part. But anyway, let's see if it goes to Art. If not, you can help me out, Art. N4JK and the gang, K0VUW.
Sure. I was sitting here looking at my notes on the Flex 3000, got to hook it up to an amp. Closure, so that's my newsletter. I wasn't paying close attention. But I did like the question about his brother throwing him out the truck, just dropping him off at the house. So, by the sounds of things, Kevin's doing all right in that regard. Kevin, I hadn't been keeping score. I know I've been turning it over to John, and I think it's too early for that. I think Jay and Owen need to get in here first. All right, have you got a scorecard there? Go ahead.
Goes out to John.
Okay, take it away, Jay. KK5IM in the group from N4JK. Joe, you take it, then you throw it out to Jay. How's that? K4JCP with N4JK.
Yeah, I think it goes to John.
Let's see how that, anyway, and I think Jay had a great suggestion there, Art, for protecting the banana trees. I don't know how well the monkeys are going to do this for cigars, but he said they were going to make a smoke pot, and I think maybe that's the secret word there. Put a little bit of additives in them cigars to keep the monkeys interested, and it'll probably be a sight to behold. But you will have to share some of the bananas if they go through all that. Look at this lady come up with a perfect suggestion. I haven't been on 160 in many years. I guess I tuned it down there. Last time I tried it, the tuner didn't want to tune the antenna. It's I think all I'm doing is loading up the feed line, and the antenna's acting like a big capacity head of it. But I was able to work for a while. Anyway, it's certainly good to see him. He's a little bit light, I guess. We're the almost dead zone, although, John, good morning to you. You're still much years old. Strong still. And Art, you said Kate was going back to spend the day at the church again. I thought she had retired from that position. Or she picked up a new one. Oh, my. Yeah, that's the way it goes, I guess. All right, Jay, take it down. Pick it up. If not, Art, I guess it's back to you again. KK5IM and the group, K4JCP.
Okay, Joe, I got it. N4JK. KK5IM. And I was over in the bottom shop working on the window. So I couldn't drop over the phone. Conditions are in and out. What can I say? Well, the truck pot, I used to use those all the time down there when y'all threw orange and stuff. I guess they still throw orange. It's either that or they planted old people. They like those things, the smoke, surround the trees and keep them from freezing here in Florida and in California. And something is to move produce and cigars around. So I don't know what they did there. But the smoke pot, that's the whole idea of the monkeys in the cigar. The cheaper the cigar, the more they're going to like it. Because the monkeys don't have a whole lot of taste, as we all know. The problem you're going to have with them is that the monkeys are going to start deciding, well, we need a little bit. We need a glass to go with this. Figure out something about that. Pretty soon it's going to get to the point that you might as well just go buy the doggone animals at the store, because the monkeys are going to cost more to maintain. Exactly the time. Okay. Well, we don't know. Anyhow, and fellas, well, I think I'll say 7 things in the morning. We do, I have 160 meters of capability in the antenna and the columns 30. And I've got a couple of places that I go occasionally with some friends on 160. The good thing about it is that, it depends on how you are. There's a lot of opportunities for more heavy QSOs, I suppose, without the whole large group. But mainly because not everybody has 160 meter capability. But propagation is very especially from the field. Doesn't really work at first, so we might have to try that. Anyhow, you guys have a good day. It's Monday, and away we go on another week. I had a star by your name here with QSA. Let me just let you know that always like to help. Any usable suggestion is really important. N4JK, KK5IM, Crawford 73, everybody.